Now we got two more steps as we finish up our Lego block. Now if this was an actual block, and we're making this very realistic to the actual sizes, but if you pushed in on this area, the plastic would collapse and break. So it would more or less, it would just push in and kind of buckle. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a cross brace in here that's going to be located here and over here, and that won't affect the next Lego pieces from interlocking together, so we won't have to worry about that. Okay, now it's time we're going to go ahead and start that. We're going to use a new sketch, so I'm going to select sketch and I'm going to select this face. Be sure you get the same one. I'm going to view this directly from the bottom so I can get everything square. And on a rectangle, we're going to use a center rectangle instead of a corner rectangle, and that's going to make it easy for us on this one. Now I'm going to go to the center point, and luckily I've already created some circles here, so I'm going to infer that center point. I'm going to select it, and now I'm just going to kind of go up and out. Okay. Now where I'm going to stop at, I'm going to infer this line, and I'm going to stop right there. So be sure you do that, and you'll automatically get a couple sketch relations, as you can see these green points, and that's going to work out real nice for you. Smart dimension, and I'm going to go ahead and do the width of this rectangle, which is very narrow. It's going to be 0.0125, very narrow. That fully defines it right there. But we're going to add something else in, because this cross brace is going to be located here and here, but not in the middle. So we are going to do some trimming, something we haven't done before. Alright, before we do our trimming, we're going to draw another line. So if you'll zoom in the same area I am, and I'm going to draw a line from the left side to the right side, and I'm going to hit escape so you can see this a little easier. Also, let me view it directly from the bottom so you can see it easier. You can see where that line is right there. And let's go ahead, since that line is not fully defined, let's go ahead and define it now. I'm going to smart dimension from this edge, and I'm just going to go up to that same edge we used earlier at a value of 0.145. Now it is fully defined. That's going to be a break point for us. Next, let's do the same thing at the bottom. Choose line, go across. Those automatic relations should come up for you. And if those relations are getting in the way, of course you can go to view sketch relations and you can turn them off. Now, smart dimension, same thing. That line from that edge at 0.145. Now they're the same. Okay, next we're going to do some trimming, because our cross brace is not going to be in the middle. So we're going to go to trim entities, and if yours is selected power trim or any other types of trim, we're going to use trim to closest, which is probably the most common one used. Trim to closest. And what you'll see is after you move over, you've got a little scissor icon. When you cut, this line will be cut and it'll stop at that closest point and that next closest point. And that's what we're going to use. This one and this one. Okay. Excellent. Check. And I'm actually going to just kind of move this dimension over. Now, these dotted lines are known as center lines, and they're not going to extrude, so you don't have to really worry about them. What we have is we have two rectangles now. They're the same. We got one right there, one right there, and we're going to extrude them up. So I'm going to select Sketch 6, Features, Extrude, and be sure that goes in the up direction. Whoa, that's way too tall. We're going to set ours to 0.275 and check. That's our cross brace, and again, the whole point of that brace is when the Lego piece is pushed in this direction, it doesn't collapse. And the same thing from the other side. Okay, we're almost done. We've got one more piece to do, and our Lego piece will be done.